Good evening on this Saturday. Just wanted to come in just to release this word. I did a monthly motivating prayer call this morning. There were 4 key points that God had me speak on. The first was offense. The second one was unforgiveness. The third was disappointment. And the last one was pain. 4 areas in which each and every one of us at some point of our life have or will experience some effects. I want to share with you and I want to encourage you today to don't get stuck there. The releasing word on today is make room. Make room. Make room for growth. Make room for transition. Make room for your breakthrough. Make room for development. Make room for change. And make room for maturity. Colossians 3:13 says, make allowance for each other's faults and forgive anyone who offends you. Remember, the Lord forgave you, so you must forgive others. Make room. Make room. Make room. Knowing that people will make us feel a certain way, but we can't stay there. We have to release it and we have to move on. As I was preparing for this recording, God said, Keisha, allow them to understand that we must forgive and move accordingly. Allow them to understand that they have to get to a place where they feel free of revenge by offenses. Allow them to understand that they cannot get discouraged through disappointment. And allow them to understand that they have to be able to allow their pain to present a purpose. That's what he gave me. That's the releasing word on today. There are also times when disappointment, there are also some times when unforgiveness, there's also some times when pain, when they also have nothing to do with nobody else, but it has to do with ourselves. And when that shows up, we have to address it and we have to accept it. We have to reflect on and we have to examine, where did it start? What are the effects? Why do I feel this way? And how can I move forward? We cannot get stuck. We have to make room. We have to make room. There's going to be a transition day, a transition in March that each of us will experience. We will know when we reach that spot, because this spot is going to present a major shift. The shift is going to be so heavy. The shift is going to do something different in you that you're going to have no choice but to sit still and hear from God. Because everything that you need is going to have to come from him. Nobody else is going to be able to give you the words and the understanding and the confirmation that you need besides God. So understand, as I said this morning, appreciate isolation, appreciate separation, and appreciate detachment, because those things present the renewing of our mind. Those things present the transformation that we need. Those things lead us into the processes that we need to become better people and to seek the becoming in which God will have us to be. On the prayer call this morning, I learned something so powerful. I was debating about doing the prayer call only because of my skin condition on my nose. My nose get red, sometimes it swell up, sometimes it break out. I was dealing with slight depression, that I could not do a prayer call like this, showing my nose red. It's better now. But the Holy Spirit began to deal with me and began to share with me that, Keisha, you don't have permission to punk out. You don't have permission to punk out because of how you feel you look. I want to share this. I want to end this call with this. There's some people that are struggling with their self-image. There's some people that are struggling with how they look. There's some people that have called it quits because of insecurities. I want to share with you today. I want to ask you this question. Will you still show up in spite of what you feel you don't have? In spite of how you feel about your looks, will you still show up feeling that you don't have everything that it takes, will you still show up? Will you still stay committed? Will you recommit yourself and trust God to give you the strength and the confidence that you need, the courage that you need to still believe in yourself? That was a major breakthrough within myself this morning, because my appearance has always mattered. I had to look the best when I hit the button. But this morning, God said, you don't have permission to punk out because you think your appearance isn't the best. I learned the big lesson this morning through that prayer call. The Holy Spirit began to work through so many different areas of that prayer call. But this just goes to show that God has the ability, He has the capability to work through anything. He has the capability to work through what others have done to us. He has the capability to work through what we have done to ourselves and how we feel about ourselves. He has the capability to renew, to restore, and to recover our mind, our heart, our body, our soul, and our spirit. And Self-Love Ministry commits itself that we will be a ministry to promote and support mental health awareness, because it is the very things of the mind, the very things of the heart, the very thing of the physical, the psychological, and the spiritual that people don't tap into, that cause them to take others' lives, that cause them to take their own lives, that cause them to feel less than of themselves and not know their self-worth, not know their identity, not tap into their value, and not love themselves. My ministry, Self-Love Ministry, will be a challenge to love yourself regardless. To love yourself regardless of what you're going through. Whatever you're battling, whatever you're struggling, whatever you're challenged with, whatever you're being tested with, show up even in the midst of it. Because whatever you are dealing with can become a testimony if you don't give up. Whatever weakness that you are enduring can become a testimony if you don't give up too soon. Because somebody else will see your journey. Somebody else will see your experiences. Somebody else will see your push. And you'll give them encouragement that they need to stay strong through it all. I wanted to release this word. Coach K is coming with a new language. Some will understand it, some won't. Some will be bothered by it, some will reject it, but some will welcome it. But it's the assignment that God has called me to do. And I understand, as I was walking through my house, I said, you know what? The devil know how to play with the mind. The devil wants and likes to use things to cause us to devalue ourselves and to think less of ourselves. Had I let my skin condition be a priority over ministry, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. But I understand the work of the enemy, how the attacks can form to discourage us from doing what God has called us to do. So I encourage somebody on today to make room, make room, make room. And I repeat the question, will you still show up through your challenge, through your battle, through your fight, through your storm, through your circumstance? Will you still show up? No matter what it takes. Be blessed.